Today we're diving into some of the most fascinating and lesser-known stories from history that are sure to make you see the past in a whole new light. From a peculiar war between Michigan and Ohio, to the bizarre use of flaming monkeys in ancient battles, these stories will surprise and intrigue you. We'll peel back the layers of history to reveal the unexpected twists and turns that have been largely forgotten or overshadowed by more well-known events. So, buckle up for a journey through time that is as enlightening as it is entertaining. Let's get started. Did you know that Michigan and Ohio once went to war? It was called the Toledo War, and it was all over a strip of land. In the early 1830s, both Michigan Territory and the state of Ohio claimed ownership of the Toledo Strip, a narrow but valuable piece of land. The conflict stemmed from conflicting surveys and maps, which placed the border in slightly different locations. Tensions escalated as both sides mobilized militias, leading to a series of skirmishes that fortunately resulted in no fatalities. The situation became so heated that President Andrew Jackson had to step in to mediate the conflict. In the end, the federal government sided with Ohio, granting them the disputed territory. As a consolation, Michigan was awarded the Upper Peninsula, a region rich in natural resources. Believe it or not, flaming monkeys have been used in battle. This bizarre tactic was actually employed by ancient armies. The idea was to use animals as living weapons to sow chaos among enemy ranks. One such instance is attributed to the ancient Indian king, Udayana, who supposedly deployed monkeys with flaming torches attached to them to set enemy fortifications ablaze. The sight and smell of flaming animals would create panic and disorder, distracting the enemy and allowing for easier assaults. While it seems outlandish today, using animals in warfare was not uncommon in ancient times. Elephants, dogs, and even bees were weaponized in various inventive ways. These stories remind us of the creativity and cruelty that has characterized human conflict throughout history. Benjamin Franklin, one of the most revered founding fathers, had a habit of badmouthing his peers. He wasn't always the diplomatic figure we imagine. Franklin was known for his sharp wit and keen observations, which he often expressed in private letters and conversations. He had strong opinions about many of his contemporaries and wasn't shy about sharing them. For instance, he criticized John Adams for being vain and difficult to work with, and he had a less than flattering view of Thomas Jefferson's political skills. Franklin's candid remarks were not limited to his American colleagues. He also had pointed critiques of British leaders and other international figures. Understanding this aspect of Franklin's personality provides a richer, more nuanced picture of the man behind the myth. In 1919, Boston experienced a disaster known as the Great Molasses Flood. A storage tank burst, sending a wave of molasses through the streets. This might sound amusing, but it was a serious and tragic event. The tank, owned by the Purity Distilling Company, contained over 2 million gallons of molasses. When it ruptured, the resulting flood traveled at an estimated 35 miles per hour, engulfing everything in its path. Buildings were destroyed, and 21 people lost their lives, with many more injured. The sticky substance made rescue efforts incredibly difficult, and the cleanup took weeks. The disaster also had long-lasting effects on the area, with molasses seeping into the ground and lingering in the air for years. It led to significant changes in the regulation and oversight of industrial storage tanks, highlighting the need for safety measures to prevent similar catastrophes in the future. Contrary to popular belief, Napoleon wasn't short at all. The myth of his short stature is actually a result of a mix-up in measurements. Napoleon Bonaparte's height has been a subject of debate for centuries. At the time of his death, his height was recorded as 5 feet 2 inches, but this was according to the French measurement system, which differs from the British system. When converted, his height was actually around 5 feet 6 inches or 5 feet 7 inches, which was average for a Frenchman of his era. The misconception likely arose from British propaganda, which sought to belittle Napoleon both literally and figuratively. This portrayal of him as a diminutive figure has persisted in popular culture, even influencing the term Napoleon complex. Understanding the truth behind Napoleon's height helps us see how historical narratives can be shaped by those in power. The Battle of Bull Run was the first major battle of the American Civil War, and it was a chaotic and bloody affair. Fought on July 21, 1861 near Manassas, Virginia, it shattered any illusions that the war would be short or easily won. Both the Union and Confederate armies were inexperienced and ill-prepared for the brutal reality of combat. Spectators from Washington, D.C., including politicians and civilians, came to watch the battle, expecting a quick and decisive Union victory. Instead, they witnessed a fierce and disorganized fight that ended in a Confederate victory. The Union troops were forced into a panicked retreat, and the battlefield was left strewn with casualties. The Battle of Bull Run served as a sobering wake-up call for both sides, signaling that the conflict would be long and grueling. The Mexican-American War was a pivotal conflict that shaped the borders of the United States as we know them today. Fought between 1846 and 1848, the war was sparked by territorial disputes following the annexation of Texas by the United States. President James K. Polk, a strong advocate of manifest destiny, saw the war as an opportunity to expand U.S. territory further west. The war was marked by several key battles, including the Battle of Palo Alto and the Siege of Veracruz. The American forces, led by generals such as Zachary Taylor and Winfield Scott, made significant advances into Mexican territory. The conflict culminated in the capture of Mexico City, leading to the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo. The treaty resulted in Mexico ceding a vast amount of land to the United States, including present-day California, Nevada, Utah, Arizona, and New Mexico. This territorial expansion had profound implications for the future of the United States, setting the stage for further conflicts and the eventual Civil War. The Mexican-American War is a testament to the complex and often contentious nature of American expansion. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed these fascinating stories, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more intriguing historical content. History is full of surprises, and there's always more to learn about the events and people who shaped our world. Your support helps us bring you these captivating tales, so don't forget to hit that notification bell to stay updated. We hope these unbelievable stories have given you a new perspective on history and inspired you to dig deeper into the past. Remember, the truth is often stranger than fiction, and the more we explore, the more we discover about our shared human experience. See you next time for another journey through the annals of history. Until then, keep questioning, keep learning, and keep exploring the incredible stories that make up our world.